Hi, I'm Jessica Lahr, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here on Wednesday, November 1st, 2017. This week's episode is brought to you by Generations Agency, an independent agency representing over 40 carriers and serving the community for more than 80 years. It's a great time to call for a free quote for your personal or your business insurance needs. 315-568-9476 or mygeninsurance.com. We're live inside the FingerLakes1.com studio, and I'm joined by Jim Sinicropi and Josh Durso.
Here we are.
Happy belated Halloween to you both.
Yep. Yeah, how was the trick-or-treating last night? Did you get a lot of activity in Geneva?
Good. Yeah, well, we didn't pass out candy. I feel like we'll be there in a couple of years, but we walk with the kids and trick-or-treat with them.
You don't leave candy out or anything?
We don't. No, we don't. Should we?
I don't know. When I've done that in the past, I left a big bowl of candy out.
Oh, I wouldn't trust that, no.
Our numbers were down this year in Seneca Falls on Mechanic Street. Our numbers were down a little bit.
Were they?
Yep.
Oh, there were a ton of kids out in
It was
Geneva.
cold.
Yeah, I was going to say the weather didn't really cooperate much at all.
It was cold.
No,
but it was misty. It was like spitting, that spitting kind of wet, misty stuff. But no, it was busy. The kids counted their candy. They both had over 100 pieces of candy in the end.
Bravo.
Good job.
So they were... I was tired and cold, and their grandma and grandpa took them. They were like, we'll keep walking, because we had rounded. And I said, okay, I'm going to go inside. My fingers were numb. So it was chilly. But I remember it snowing on Halloween.
Oh,
I'm sure you remember when
sure.
Jackie was younger, because it wasn't too long ago. I mean, my kids were little, so...
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get on Halloween, but it closed out what was just a crazy month. And I remember in the spring, even in June, when it kept raining and raining, we kept saying, well, hopefully we'll get rewarded with a really good fall, and we did. Best fall ever.
True.
But it's kind of come to a close, and then on Saturday night, overnight into Sunday, we turned the clocks back, don't forget. Yeah. Although nowadays you don't really need to remember. A lot of the devices automatically do it, so you'll catch yourself if you forget. But you can plan on an extra hour of sleep.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe we're there already.
And you can plan on closing in on that 4:30, 5 o'clock darkness that those of us here.
Yes.
I don't mind it as much as a lot of people at first. I really like everything about winter. It's November, December, and into like early January, and then I'm done with it. But
agreed, yeah.
I don't mind
mid-January, I'm over it.
Yeah, when it gets dark early, it's fine for a while.
Of course, I get tired earlier. I'm finding myself wanting to go to sleep when I put the kids to bed, and and there's still work to do, so. Oh, well. Yeah. That's the way it is. What does this weekend's weather look like for us, Jim?
Well, after what it seems like, how many, maybe 12 episodes straight of us talking about how great the wet weekend weather was going to be. Not so much this time, but it's not that bad just in comparison to what it was. It's not great. Friday, it's going to rain during the day, 80% chance of showers, but mostly before mid-afternoon. High near 58, which isn't bad. That's actually kind of average for this time of year. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low of around 37. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 48, so rain-free Saturday, but cool, not even reaching the 50s. I know that we're doing some wine and beer trail action on Seneca Lake on Saturday. So it's nice that it's not going to rain, but I'm going to probably dress warm. Whereas last year on the same weekend, we did the Keuka Wine Trail, and I think we even showed pictures of it on the show.
Yeah, I think so.
But it was like beautiful. It was like 60 degrees and sunny, and so it'll be a little different this year. But then Saturday night, rain moves in, just a 40% chance though of showers, low of around 39, and then Sunday, cloudy with a high near 54, so a little warmer. Not a bad weekend during the days. Mostly rain-free, and not freezing cold, but not as warm as it has been. And then Sunday night, there's a chance of showers overnight. The low only getting down to around 51 because we're going to warm up for the beginning part of next week. Monday, a 60% chance of showers, but a high near 64 is the early forecast for Monday. So
sounds good to me.
A little bit of a resurgence here into the 60s on Monday, but everything's so wet now. It just feels like this awesome stretch of extended summer is finally over.
Yep. It's finally, fall has arrived.
It's here.
It's here. Well, speak of rain and water and all that jazz. I know there's a lot going on in the news, Josh.
God,
Fill
is
us
there
in.
ever? Okay, so I'm going to run through some of the headlines that we have been working on over the last 24 to 48 hours, which will be living straight through the weekend. We have the latest on the boil water advisory in Seneca County. Minimally, it looks like everyone's going to have to be boiling their water through like Friday if you live in that Seneca Falls, Canoga, Fayette, Varick area. We had Deputy Supervisor Lou Ferrara in the studio just about an hour ago. That's available on fingerlakes1.com. He unloaded about everything that's going on in Seneca Falls, spoke about an upcoming state audit, which is a huge signal that things have been growing pretty rough in Seneca Falls in recent years. We also have the latest on 2 major fires in Ontario and Yates County. The DEC has finally issued the Part 360 permit on Seneca Meadows, so they are free to operate, according to the DEC, through December 2025. And then we have a really interesting story on Crestwood actually selling U.S. salt, but not selling their LPG storage portion of the business. So the whole Crestwood...
First we thought it was going to be that's the end of the gas storage situation, but it's not.
Yes, it appears not to be. So that's that, and lots of other news. The biggest one, obviously, is the boil water issue. Everybody, if you live in Seneca County,
is affected. Not
boil
water, though, but yeah, so there's still no water service down in the southern, mid-southern side of Varick and Canoga.
Yes.
Yeah, they had to move some students from one school to another yesterday. The south side of Seneca Falls had no water.
Yep.
So it's a big inconvenience. We actually got pictures of the break now up on the site. So it's a pretty major break, old infrastructure, obviously, to blame there.
Yeah.
So also we got election guide up on our site for every county. Every race, it is. Every race, every issue. So you can be informed next Tuesday when you go into the voting booth. And then, of course, next Tuesday night is our annual election night live stream, which is going to be, it's always fun.
It's going to be awesome.
It's always cool. And it's for people that live around here in the Finger Lakes. I know that by the viewership we always get on these things that it's great to, after the polls close, you pop on and we got live coverage all night long of the results as they come in.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. All right.
So, plenty more on fingerlakes1.com. Tap the app. Come on, tap the app.
Tap the app. All right. Well, thank you for that. Let's take a look at this weekend's upcoming events. First up on Saturday night, see Rose Hill Mansion in a whole new light. The Geneva Historical Society will be offering a special evening tour of the mansion's first floor focused on how the rooms were used, especially in the evening. In the era before electric light, what did people do after dark? How did they get around their house, grounds, and community without modern lighting? Find out more about the Swans family nightlife during the late 1800s and view the rooms yourself by electric candlelight. I'm assuming they didn't use electric candles.
Yeah, the fire marshal might not
approve of
the candles. Yeah.
Tours will leave every 30 minutes beginning at 6:30 p.m. As space is limited, reservations are suggested but not required. Call 315-789-5151 for reservations. That would be neat to take the kids to, too, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty something different. And if you live anywhere within, 10-minute drive of Geneva, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
You can go out and get some dinner before or after. So that's good stuff. But yeah, it's tough finding events this weekend. There's no major things going on, but there's a ton of little things as you're going to let us know here.
Lots of little things. For all you book lovers, you'll find many discounted treasures at Wood Library's semi-annual book sale in Canandaigua, which features books from all genres, audiobooks, movies, music, and more. The sale wraps up this weekend, so stop in on Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or on Sunday from noon to 4.
I think this is the last weekend, so you can go in on Saturday. I think it's $2 for a whole bag. You fill up a bag, and then Sunday it's $1, I think, for a full bag.
Oh, nice. There you go. The book lovers out there. Lewis Black returns to Rochester with his The Rant White and Blue Tour on Saturday night at the Auditorium Theater.
I don't know if that's sold out or not, but you need tickets, obviously. But he's a big name.
Yep.
I like him a lot, so I'm not going, though.
You're not going to go?
Well, I'm going to be on the wine trails or beer trails.
Yes. That's a good excuse. That'll be fun. Known for his original hidden camera magic series, The Carbonaro Effect on True TV, Michael Carbonaro will be appearing at the Vine inside Del Lago Resort and Casino on Friday night. Also, the annual holiday bazaar at the United Church of Phelps on Friday and Saturday. The First United Methodist Church will hold their annual Peddlers Village Bazaar on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2. First annual Waterloo Class of 2021 Parent Boosters Craft Show on Oak Island from 9 to 2. Lots of crafts. Craft and Hobby Fair to benefit Relay for Life and Beverly Animal Shelter in Seneca Falls at the Community Center on Saturday from 9 to 2.
My goodness, with the craft show. I mean, there's too many. How many crafters are there out there that can support all these? We've got one in Phelps, one in
yes.
Waterloo, one in Seneca Falls. They're all so close.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how many crafters there are per capita.
Enough, I guess. Try your luck at Cayuga Center's 11th annual casino night in Auburn on Saturday night starting at 7. Dresden Fire Department will be hosting its annual turkey party on Saturday night. The Seneca Falls Elks Lodge will host its annual turkey raffle on Saturday night. All-you-can-eat pancake breakfast at the Geneva American Legion on Sunday morning. And, of course, more events at our community calendar at fingerlakes1.com.
Wow. So, like I said, a lot of little events.
Yeah. Lots of little fun
It's turkey
things.
Raffle season because Thanksgiving is on the way.
A few weeks, it'll be
you
here.
Pumped about that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like Thanksgiving.
How can you not be pumped
And then the
about
Christmas season.
Thanksgiving and Christmas? It's
I
like the
know.
whole. You have to deal with Christmas stuff being in stores for like the last month and a half.
I just don't want the Christmas music yet till after Thanksgiving. I love Christmas music, but don't start it yet. I know it's
too late.
November, but
Not yet.
It's already started.
you wait till after Thanksgiving.
Has it already started?
I heard a
haven't
bunch of
it.
radio stations say they were changing over at noon. So literally about
Oh
43
my
minutes ago.
gosh.
Wow.
I don't usually mind it, but because fall was so warm,
It doesn't feel Christmassy.
it doesn't. Yeah, I can't get there yet.
Yeah, I don't want
Closer to Thanksgiving.
When you oversaturate it, it lessens the product. Like Christmas music is
yeah.
great if you're only
I can
getting
see
it for
that.
4 weeks a year, but if you extend that to 8 weeks a year, just not as good.
It's not as good. All right. Well, let's take a look at our top local photos.
Rachel
from the past
Birchboulder
week.
emailed and she's watched the show last week and she is on
updated?
crutches right now, so she's getting around. We got some pictures of or a picture or maybe two from her this week, but she watched last week when we wished her well, and she said
Good.
she's doing okay. She's on the upswing now.
Good.
nice.
Yes,
Good.
we were looking for an update, so thank you, Rachel. And she's been busy, I guess, then.
She says she can still take pictures. She has her camera with her, but she just can't walk deep into the places she
Yeah.
usually does to get that ideal shot. But
She's not hiking.
Wow.
And,
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look. Our first photo comes from Dennis Scannell looking west across Seneca Lake from Varick as the sun set in Seneca County late last week. Oh, my
Looks like a mean
gosh.
sky.
sunsets over the past week before the weather really turned were just phenomenal.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. It's harvest time in the Finger Lakes. As Rachel Burkholder was driving along, a team of horses rounded the bend as they plodded along, pulling the corn harvester near Ovid last Wednesday. That's not it.
Yeah, no, I got an issue here with some of these photos. Let me see what's
That
going
was a
on.
photo from last. Was that last week's number one photo?
Yeah, give me a second here to see
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
can take this opportunity to just point out that, anybody who wants to submit a photo, send them to us. Contact at
Send 'em.
fingerlakes1.com. It's not that hard. It's a simple email
Send them to
address.
Josh.
Contact at or Josh at fingerlakes1.com.
No,
if
let's
you
not
can't
confuse
get
them. Let's not
contact.
confuse them. Yeah, geez, hold on. Give me a second here.
That's okay.
Geez, I know that they were all prepared.
Well, Rachel had sent one in, and so did her daughter.
No, I know. They're not.
So that's
they're
pretty
not
cool,
here in
too.
our system, but give me a second, please.
Yep, go right ahead. You take a second.
So here's my question to you.
Okay.
Since you have two kids who collected 200 pieces of candy combined.
Oh, I know where this
roughly.
is going. Yeah.
How do you disperse said candy?
Oh, it's
over
hard.
The next several.
It's hard.
Do you gradually let them? I heard somebody say that they actually try to, like, this morning. Someone was like, yeah, like I kind of, after a few days I hide it and hope they forget about it.
Oh,
like,
yeah, right.
If you're a kid and you collected all that candy, I would be so salty if my mother or father said, sorry, we're just going to let you forget about it.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in our house. And it didn't when I was a kid either. I'm a candy fiend. I love candy. So, yeah, no.
How much of that do you snake for yourself?
I'm like, I want the Milk Duds because neither of them like them.
Oh, okay.
So
you get the rejects. You get
I'm like,
the
I'll
leftovers.
take the Milk Duds, which was only one little box. And then I always, I still Tootsie Roll from one, and then I had something else from another. So I always, take one or two. But my husband, on the other hand, he will take it and eat. And they're like, don't let Daddy know where the candy is.
Oh, so it's hiding it from him.
He's done better the last 2 years. But, yeah, when they were little, oh, man. But you have to really control it. Like, okay, you can have 2 to 3 pieces. Or, yes, you can bring 1 piece to school.
Yep.
But it is a lot of candy, and then we come from, Halloween into Christmas, where they get a stocking full of candy from Santa.
And that was the other thing I heard. Somebody said, well, I only let them have 2 pieces each the night of Halloween. It's like your kid goes out and collects a ton of candy, a bag full, conceivably, and you're going to say, nope, sorry, you can only choose 2 of those little snack size candy bars.
Right. No, that's crazy. Mean. That's mean.
It's insane.
I apologize. There's no photo segment this week.
No photos of the week this week.
I can't believe it. We'll just have to double up next week, but I don't understand. There's something fishy going on with our photo system here.
Sometimes the technology does not play friendly.
That's right. That's right. We can talk.
Maybe I can.
We do a little screen capping.
Yeah, maybe we could go that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Where are we? We did Dennis Scannell's.
We did. Yep.
So next is who?
Rachel Burkholder's photo of the horses coming around the bend.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, this isn't going to be perfect, but we're going to do it anyways. Here we go.
Okay.
We're doing it.
Oh, and what a shot. Oh, I love
impressive.
that.
Oh, we already read this. So, yeah, this one's by Rachel.
Yeah,
There's
we
some
read that
horses
one.
coming up here. Let me see if I can just center it a little bit here. Make it a little better.
I was gonna say, judging from the shots that I've seen, it doesn't look like she has a broken ankle.
I know.
It doesn't look like she has any foot issues.
I know. I can't imagine
Still
that's
really
smooth
quality,
terrain.
Yeah, just still really high quality stuff.
All right, should we go to the next one, Jim?
Yeah, we're going to have to hurry to get these in.
All right, after a beautiful warm day last week, the setting sun added its finishing touch, as seen in this photo by Rochelle Burkholder, Rachel's daughter, who I had the pleasure of meeting in Wegmans. Oh, beautiful.
Take that one.
Very nice.
Purple, orange, yellow, gorgeous.
Very nice.
This photo by Shelley Lannon captures multiple lakes near Canandaigua from far above the ground on Friday afternoon.
Okay, hold on a second. We are going to run out of time here. Here you go, Shelley Lannon. There's your photo right there.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Incredible. That was an incredible shot.
Nice. All right, also from high above the Finger Lakes by Shelley is this Field with USA mode out taken in Branchport. I used to drive by this field all the time. Every day, actually.
Really?
And here it is.
Historical value here.
Right there.
It's been around for a while. Oh, nice. Love
Impressive.
it. Beautiful. All right, you ready for the next
Yep.
one, Jim? Okay, Kevin Benjamin sent us this photo from the last game of the Romulus ladies modified soccer team's season on Friday in Romulus. Oh, I love that. I'll hold in hands. That's cool. Richard Engelbrecht captured the autumn colors on Canisius Lake during a sunny Saturday afternoon through a wine glass.
Okay, this one's pretty cool. Just got to give me a second.
Okay.
This was a really, really interesting photo.
Well, I'm very interested to see it after reading the caption. Through a wine glass.
Literally through.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
And we're going to scroll this one.
Ooh. Oh, wow. That is cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
my.
something different there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Definitely
Very
something
cool.
different.
All right, next up, autumn splashes a variety of colors down a lane in the hamlet of Himrod on Saturday, in this photo from Nancy L. Wright. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love
that screams
this one.
fall.
I love it.
I love that. Beautiful. All right, another from Nancy. Saturday's wind kicked up colorful leaves across a farmyard during the evening. This photo was captured on a walk through the country in Yates County. Oh, that's
Nancy.
beautiful too. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. All right, finally, the late evening sun sets upon the cobblestone homestead on Loch Berlin Road in Lyons on Friday night, in this photo by Chris Trine.
Another
Oh,
gorgeous
yeah.
fall photo. Peak. These were all during peak foliage
Yep.
over the last week.
Yes, so beautiful.
Okay, so I'll jump in with my photo of the week.
Okay.
Nancy's second photo,
Okay.
the one with the red leaves right in the foreground.
Right.
Shot
All
of the
right.
week for me, bar none.
Jessica?
I was going to go between that one and Richard Engelbrecht's picture through the wine glass, so I'm just going to go through that one, and then we'll make Jim pick.
See, I would have picked Nancy's first one
I
with
know.
the pass. So, but you know what? It's always so nice when we get something truly unique, and so that's why I think I'm going to go with Richard's photo of
Yeah.
the wine glass, because it's something so different. But
So
Yep.
different.
those were great photos, even
Yes.
though they were delayed, and so. But yeah, this one is definitely just something kind of
Yeah.
unique. I tried to wrap my mind around exactly how he did that, but.
I know. It's so cool. So cool. Yeah, thank you guys for sending those in. If you'd like to send your local photos from across the region, click the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right-hand side of our homepage. All right, Jim, let's jump into sports.
Okay. The Dodgers evened up the World Series last night, 3 games apiece. That means Game 7's tonight at 8:20 on Fox. There's
boy.
nothing like a Game 7 in Major League
Nothing.
Baseball, a playoff, especially the World Series or Stanley Cup. It's all Game 7, or NBA, and Game 7. It's a Game 7 tonight at 8:20. The Buffalo Bills are at the Jets Thursday night. The Bills are playing Thursday, 8:25 on the NFL Network. They're 5-2.
Oh,
The
my
Bills are
gosh.
5-2. If they can beat the Jets, they're on the road, but they're favored. I think they're 3-point favorites. They will be 6-2 and really have an inside track on making the playoffs for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
Since 1947. Syracuse football teams at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee to take on Florida State at 12:20. Syracuse is at 4-4. A win here gives them an inside track on a bowl game. Florida State's down. Florida State's favored, but they got killed by Boston College last weekend. Big game for Syracuse as they lost to Miami 2 weeks ago before their bye week, and now they got Florida State. Cornell won on a 40-second left in the game field goal last week against Princeton, which was a huge win for them. It puts them in first place in the Ivy League, even though they're at 3-4 record, a couple losses out of league. They're at Dartmouth on Saturday at 1:30. 5-3 Hobart hosts St. Lawrence for their final home game of the year at Boswell Field in Geneva at 11 a.m. It's an 11 a.m. kick this week in Geneva. 5-3 Ithaca hosts Union at Butterfield Stadium in Ithaca at 1 o'clock. So there will be football in Ithaca, even though Cornell's on the road. It's championship weekend for Section 5 high school football. 2 local teams remain. In Class C, the final will pit East Rochester Gananda against Calmon Byron Bergen. That's set for 3 o'clock on Saturday at Alfred University. And the Class D final between your Clyde Savannah Golden Eagles and Alexander will kick off at 6 o'clock on Saturday at Alfred. Good luck to both of those Wayne County teams as they go for a sectional title and then would advance into the state tournament. And congratulations to the Marion girls soccer team who won their Class C2 Section 5 championship game. So that's the only local soccer. I mean, this has really become a hotbed of soccer area, but really only one team, the Marion girls, won a sectional title this year in Section 5. So they'll advance on to the state tournament. And that is all the sports. There will be more sports throughout the weekend, all our coverage. Syracuse basketball exhibition season kicks off tonight as well. That's streaming online on the Watch ESPN app.
Are you going to be watching that?
Yeah, I absolutely will be watching that. And then they got another exhibition game, and then their season starts next Friday, I think, is their official first game. But tons of new faces for the Syracuse basketball team. Totally new look. One guy, in my prediction, is Tyus Battle is just going to have an incredible season. He's going to have one of the best seasons of Syracuse Orange player has had. He really broke out at the end of last year, and if you follow him on Snapchat, you see nobody works harder. He's in the gym. He works out and gets shots up at like 3 a.m. He's like every night. He's like late night in the gym, getting it done. So I got high hopes for a team that isn't projected to do that well this year. But that's when Jim Boeheim generally does his best work. But I'm really excited to see if the Bills can get 4 games above 500.
Oh, my gosh.
They made a trade for Kelvin Benjamin from Carolina Panthers, so they added a wide receiver. They also, as we know, over the weekend got rid of Marcel Darius. That didn't hurt them in their game against Oakland, which was the one easily on Sunday. So this is the sports time of year when every sport's happening at the same time. You got NFL, you got NBA, you got college basketball starting. The PGA Tour continues on with their fall swing, college football. Did I mention baseball, the World Series? So it's all kind of going on right now. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. What do you guys got planned for this weekend? Anything?
What do I have planned this week? I have a makeup class that I'm taking on Sunday, and on my son. So 10 years ago this time, I was about ready to pop and have my first child. So my son will turn 10 on Monday. So his birthday party's on Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to believe.
That's awesome.
What about you, Josh?
This is the first weekend that I've completely axed golf from the schedule.
Oh, boy.
It's completely over with. No hope, no nothing. Just going to relax and
prepare for election night.
Gear up for election night.
Yes.
So it's always exciting. And Jackie Augustine's going to be up in the studio.
Jackie Augustine's going to be in studio with us.
Great.
We'll have a little trio anchoring our coverage. You, me, and Jackie, and it will be
all the results as they come in. We're going to get some people on the phone after the results come in. We're going to play. It's from 8 o'clock to at least 11:30.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really neat to hear the phone conversations right afterwards last year. I remember. It's really neat. So
it'll be great.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and a ton of important races. It's not a presidential year by any means, but
it's a local year though, and those are the races that matter. Local elections are the ones that really count.
Yep, absolutely.
Go vote. I'm not going to have a chance to instruct anybody else on this podcast, so go vote.
Exercise your right. There's propositions, and once again, before we get out of here, I just want to make sure that you prepare yourselves to get when you go in the voting booth by checking out our election guide at Finger Lakes One, right at the top of our homepage. You'll find links to every county, your home county, and information on the ballots. Great job, Josh, last week with Brian Kolb. He was in studio for a half an hour, and he really opened up, and it was probably the best interview I've seen Brian Kolb give since he's been Brian Kolb, the state assemblyman. He's a minority leader. He was in our studio, and he really
talking about his potential run for governor with Marcus Molinaro. Really, really, really important stuff.
Yeah, and it was fascinating, and I really appreciate Assemblyman Kolb's candor and openness in discussing every single question and issue that was posed to him. So.
That's great. Awesome job.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you'd like to drop us a line, send an email to contact@fingerlakes1.com. If you enjoy the show, click like, share, or subscribe. We'll be back next Wednesday. Until then, enjoy your first November weekend here in 2017 here in the Finger Lakes. Bye-bye.